everyone, my name is Benny. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, make sure you subscribe below. So for this video, me and my sister Lasia and I are going to talk about the debate about light skins versus dark skins. And this came about because lately I've been seeing videos with like people going around their school asking folks like, oh, would you date a light skin or a dark skin girl? And then most of them are like, oh, light skin.
But and when it comes to the girls, they mostly want to date dark skin.
Yeah, that's true too. But I was gonna say, like, the girl would be like, oh, why do you say light skin?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, because they're light skin.
Right.
And I just want to get to the point, like, why?
Right.
Why do people feel this way? What's going on, you guys?
I really want to understand.
So, like, what do you think about it?
So, this is what I think about it. So, I just feel like it's conditioned, right? So, if you see the lighter skinned people everywhere, like magazines, advertisement, and so when you condition somebody's brain like that to think, like, I'm not saying that our people are, you know, just blame it on the conditioning, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I'm saying when conditioning like that happens, like, you just don't know, like, that's what you think is nice, that's what you think is pretty. Because even not even talking about from a guy's perspective, a lot of young black girls don't, and if they're darker skin, feel like they're not beautiful, or it's the lighter girl that's more pretty than her, the girl with the wavy curly hair rather than the kinky curly hair who has the nicer hair, just because of how society portrays the black woman. Like most people have iPhones, but most people have iPhones because of how it's portrayed. Like, yes, it takes nice pictures, yes, it's higher quality, but it's so amped up and so high. Like 80% of the world right now has Apple. They just do. Back when I was younger, there was Sidekicks, there was Nokias. Everybody had all different types of phones from every different genre. Apple came out, Apple's the only thing that took over. So it's just really how it's portrayed, and I think the entertainment and the media need to start portraying darker skinned women as well, because everybody's beautiful. I'm not gonna downplay light skins. Like, there's no light skinned girl that's pretty, you know? Yeah. Like, there's beauty in all different types of color. The color doesn't define beauty, you know?
That is so true. And that's something I feel like most people don't get, you know? They're like, oh, in one of the videos that I watched, the people were like, I want a girl that I could see on FaceTime. But can we see you? Because you're just as dark. No, like,
I'm sorry. It's not
funny, but I'm so serious. What's the, like, and some people are like,
somebody said that when they were a child?
I think this was like a college thing.
Oh,
like,
really?
Yeah, there's literally videos.
Want somebody they can see on FaceTime?
On FaceTime, yes.
Is that like longevity of life?
Hey, I was just looking at them. I just keep watching these videos because I find it like amazing how people still think like this. Yeah, like to see people's perspective like still in that way. And then what I've noticed a lot of too, in like I've watched the ones in like United Kingdom, and even there too. Wait, seriously? Yeah, they'll be like, they call light-skinned women a different name, and I'm trying to remember, I can't remember the name that they call them right now, but they'll be like, oh, which one do you like more? And they'll be like, oh, you know, the light skin, oh yeah, the light skin, the light skin, the light skin. And it's just like, wow, it's just everywhere. It's not just here, bro, it's everywhere. Like, I thought it was just an American thing because Americans are cuckoos, but no, it's not. Nope. I want to talk about like how this happens a lot on Shade Room. Is where I see it. When black guys are dating white girls or getting married to a white girl, black girls are mad. Right. But then when a black girl is dating a white male, they're like, yay, good for her. Black guys ain't nothing. They ain't nothing. What's up, girls? From my experience, I'm gonna let you know, black men are the root of all evil. I'm just kidding. She has a black man. I think where that comes from is the ego, right? So the ego of a black male in the society, everybody wants the black male. Like, think about it. The black male is almost the highest ranked man, right? Because white people want him, right? Black people want them, Hispanics want them, even Asian, like, they're wanted by so many. So they have the ego of like, you know, I can have anybody, you know, anybody that I want, I can have them. So the person that they're with or sharing whatever with, they don't feel like they have to really treasure it, because like, oh, you don't want me, this person wants me. It don't matter what color, what skin color, whatever, she wants me too. So I just feel like their ego is really high sometimes. Not all of them, so definitely disclaimer. But I think that's where it also comes from too. So that's why the black female, who's very underrated, very defeated, very
oh, she's this, she has this attitude, she's this person, she's that person.
Nappy hair.
Right, you know, it's because, I don't even know what it's because, but when she finds somebody, so it's like, sometimes the black woman feels unappreciated by the black man. You know what I'm saying?
That has to stop.
Right.
Appreciate us.
Right. So then they move out to a different, you know,
place and find someone who,
you know, what I'm
likes
saying?
them.
Right. And appreciates them, and, you know, shows them who, you know, how they should be treated.
Yeah.
Then it's kind of like we as people, I don't really do it because I don't care who you decide to want to do it, but you as people feel like, okay, I'm glad you're happy now. Like, it's sad that you had to go outside of your race to try to find somebody because you didn't feel respected by other people
in your race,
but at least you're happy. And so from the black male's perspective, their thing is, from what I see, disclaimer, from what I see, y'all are with the hype. Like, the hype of the light girl, the hype of the white girl wanting a black guy, the hype of the Hispanic girl, the hype of the foreigner. You know, like, y'all are so soaked up around the hype rather than like, oh, I just, you know, I've literally seen stuff like black guys like, oh, I don't do nothing but white girls, or I don't do nothing but Hispanics. Or,
and some of them don't even stop at that. They're like, oh, I don't do nothing but white girls because black girls are this. The because black girls are this is so unnecessary. Like, you don't even have to say it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's a difference between like preference.
Oh my god, my sister and her English. Oh, English don't know her though.
English don't know me.
Okay.
But there's a difference between preference and like
bashing in a way, in a sense.
Yeah.
From what I heard from some of my friends, even like I have some friends, guy friends that date a certain type of girl, but from what they say is the type of girl that they dated that was either that skin color, that hair color, that type, you know, gave them a bad image for the
I've
rest.
seen that too.
Yeah. And so it's like, but I think like us as people, and I'm speaking for our people, we like to play the field when it's on our side, and then when it's not on our side, we don't like to play the field. So like basically what I'm saying is like, oh, Black Lives Matter, everybody's in the Black Lives Matter, but when it comes to issues within our community, it's like, oh shoot, well,
exactly,
I'm sticking to my side, you're sticking to your side, you know.
Yes. You know, and recently I was talking to someone and they were like, oh, with like fights going on in high schools and stuff, they were saying like, because of like this like how do I say this, insecureness, like dark skinned girls are like taking it out on light skinned girls because they're light skinned. And you know, Queen Naja talked about this, like there was a thing where she was like, oh, these black girls didn't like me because I was light skinned.
Yeah. So one thing I will say, and from going to middle school, high school, and all of that, it's not that the dark-skinned girl, like, let's just imagine being a kid, right? Okay. And you're around all these different people, but you know, there's probably this girl, you know, that is probably lighter and probably has the prettier hair that people are always giving attention to, and you know, showing affection to and giving attention to. Just imagine like we're sisters, right? Like I told you, when I first saw you were here and my mom was all up on you, I was like, what's going on here? And I told you I was mean to you, right? Yeah. It's kind of like that same thing. Like, not necessarily that I dislike you, but the attention that I didn't receive, like now I'm lashing that out on you. Not necessarily because of you, but on you because of the affection that you're getting that I'm lacking. Yeah. So I don't think it's on purpose. I'm not gonna lie, it happens. I've seen it happen where, you know, darker skinned girl, not all,
of course, because I haven't done that, and I haven't really seen that. So this is like,
I've seen it, and you know, it's not like, I don't want to use the word that they're upset with them, but it's like, dang,
they need someone to give like that anger to.
Yeah, you know? Like, so, you know, like, and then because you're the person that they feel like, wow, because of you, like, I'm not getting this guy, or because of you, I didn't get this job, or because of you, like, I'm not getting friends like I want to. Now it's your fault indirectly because of how it's portrayed, you know? Yeah. Yeah. And it's just, and it's an emotional thing. I mean, you're a kid, right? You know, kids, our emotions are, you know, sometimes we're cool and playing, but like stuff affects us, you know. And so when stuff affects us as you get older, it plays a role in your life. I mean, everything is set up, like action and reaction is literally how life goes. Like, even if it's an indirect action or a direct action, you never know the possible reaction from any different person or how it affects any different people.
Yeah, that's right. And you know what's funny? is that like most people outside of our race don't even, they see black as black.
Right.
They're not like, oh, she's light skinned, oh, she's dark skinned. They're like, y'all are black.
Period.
Y'all are
all
black.
Everybody, like, okay, y'all are all black people, you're all the same to me. So it's just weird, but it happens. And you know, it's not just, you know, we're African, right? So
that's a whole other story right there.
It happens in the American community, but it also happens in the Latino community as well. It also happens in the Asian community as well, Indian community.
With the skin color.
With the skin color, yes. Yeah. It's like the darker you are, the more of an outcast you are, and the lighter you are, the more praised and exalted you are. Yeah. You know? And so it's an issue worldwide. Now, whether it's big or whether it's shown as much is another story. But it's an issue, and I don't really know where it stemmed from, honestly. I don't know where that stemmed from what I heard from an America standpoint. It happened because light-skinned people, when back in slavery time, they got to stay in the house, and the darker skinned people had to stay outside and slave and work the fields and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So it just kept being a trick, and some of them got to pass for white, so sometimes they had better opportunities than the people that were darker skinned, you know. So that just kept carrying on. So it's definitely a curse that needs to be broken.
Definitely.
It's not a generational curse. It's a
decade
a union, I don't know what word to use, but a black people curse. It's a curse that we all have, that we need to just break off, because that mentality to think that somebody's better because of their skin tone is literally kind of crazy when you say it out loud and you think it to yourself. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, we have to work together as a unit sometimes, and sometimes we want to do that, sometimes we don't. It depends on what it is.
Exactly, I was about to say.
When we're ready to group up together and be, you know, together. But I don't know if it'll happen in our lifetime, you know, but definitely need to take steps towards that.
Yeah. Okay, guys, so while editing this, I realized that it's too long. Like, we have so much stuff to talk about. So we decided that we're gonna put half of the video next week for you guys to watch it.
Okay.
So stay tuned for that.
Stay tuned.
And in the meantime, leave a like below, and then leave a comment about anything that you think we missed out on, or anything that you think might have offended you, something. We're not here to offend you. We're just here to voice our opinion and make a change. Thanks for watching. Benny out.
Bye, guys.